Gotta be ready to cook. Gang, I have to be ready to cook. It takes time to get ready to cook. It takes time, gang. What's good? It takes time, gang. We seeing something crazy. We seeing something crazy. What's good, chat? What's good, chat? Furry P, Richard, I see you. Cali, Quality, I see you. I appreciate you for the super chat. My guy is in the building. Doomer in the building. Sims in the building. What's good? Tiff in the building. What's good? Listen. Furry B, Laya, Queen B, Toy, Noah. Listen. Cat Williams, Tay Smith. Listen. I don't know if y'all know. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing. Roy Rogers, 9. Listen, Colin, listen. Rewrote the code. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing. And I understand. Homebody, Queen, Koala, I see you. Jay Quan. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing. I understand. Doomer, Gerard, Hummingbird, the Alchemist. We got all of them in the building. Listen, gang. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing what's going on. Beast Nation, I appreciate that super chat. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing. Sometimes I assume that you guys know what's going on. But I gotta check myself. Couch Potato, Ashiam, Quickie Sticky. I gotta check myself and not assume that you guys already know what's going on. We gonna cut up today, gang. We gonna cut up today. Gang, we gonna cut up today. I'm just gonna be. I got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to not be here forever. Keisha, Turbo, Flash. I'm gonna do my best to not be here forever, right? I see the super chats, gang. I'm gonna get to that. Sometimes y'all don't be knowing. Sometimes I don't be knowing. All right. Brown Skin Steph, appreciate you for the super chat. Carlos, do you know what's going on right now, gang? Right? What's that weapon that the Draco, they call it the Draco when somebody just is the Draco semi-automatic or automatic, one or the other. Your boy HOV came out with a Afro, a Draco, right? On some Set It Off. Your boy HOV quoting Marlo from The Wire, gang. It's getting really spooky. Gang, listen. Not this time, gang. We get cut up today, gang. It's a whole lot been said, gang. It's a whole lot been happening. Rapping is what's happening, right? Oh, man, we about to get dumb. Dumb. P&W, listen. Nisha, listen. We about to get stupid because your boy HOV outside. And I know a lot of you people that already watch this channel, you already know. I know what you're going to say before you say it. So I'm going to say it for you. First things first. First things first. Yeah, we making HOV with the Afro. Salute the Glasses Malone for coining that phrase. I think he coined it, but HOV with the fro. Yeah, HOV with the frogery be a real thing. Right? HOV with the frogery be a real thing. Cause your boy HOV came with the 4-5. It ain't to play games with you. This is what I was saying when I went on a company, man. This is what I said, man. First, I'm gonna get to what I said about HOV about 2 months ago, whenever it was. I'm gonna get to. I got some explaining to do, but this is what I said. This is why I said what I said, because I know this nigga. I know what he capable of, gang. This is why I went off for about a week, maybe 2 weeks straight, getting that HOV about that we don't need the battle shit, because I know this nigga, gang. We gonna cut up, my guy. I know this nigga could restore the feeling. Talking that shit. I don't like what you guys did to Drake, and then he did the shit to Drake. What we doing, gang? We gonna act a fucking fool. Because this is what I'm talking about. A lot of motherfuckers last year was talking crazy. Right? And I told you, HOV up in the castle, he feeding the kids liquid gold. He already told you that. Feeding the kids liquid gold. What album was that he told us that on? This nigga civilized. He's a billionaire. Right? He's a billionaire. But we're gonna get to all of that. First things first. Let me say what I said. Let me say what I said. And this is what I said on Company Man. Your boy Drizzy wants to play with it and throw shots. Some niggas don't play like that. Okay? What I told, salute to my guy, the Company Man, much love. And what I told him, you go back and check the clip. I said, listen, I don't like when rappers play with it because somebody may come back not playing. I said, I don't respect the disses on the Iceman, the nice man. I don't respect the disses because he's not going to play with you. Whoever respond might not play with you. I said, what if K-Dot dropped all 5 of them records the same night as Iceman dropped? Would he be wrong to take away all the shine from the shit? Because they're going to be talking about the 5 disses. I said, you got to stop playing with this. Nigga will blow your whole weak ass diss up with a freestyle. I also said on one of these videos, I said when I heard that diss that Drake said about he can't learn nothing from HOV, he'd rather take the 500K. I said you might want to listen to the nigga because he kind of knows some shit, right? Remember that? I said this dude owns his masters. He ain't got to sue his label. Can't nobody defame him because he owns all his shit. So you really can't talk big to a nigga. Just like a little nigga that's just hooping in JV and his brother already got 5, 6 NBA championships and he trying to talk shit to the nigga. No. We about to get busy, gang. Got some splaining to do. Zero, I see you. OGT, done deal. I see you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I got the freestyle. I'm going to play it, but we're going to talk first. I'm going to play the freestyle, but we're going to talk first. Get you something to sip on, something to drink. Vina, Chic Geek, I see you. Did I say that wrong? Yeah, Chic Geek. I said it right. Shit, what we doing? 91, Ghost Game and Van Life. Listen, man. When I come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5, it ain't to play games with you. No sucker shit in 2026, gang. I thought I was clear. I thought I was clear. Academic spiraling, nigga tweeting every 2 minutes, trying to defend his boy. These niggas done stepped in some shit. This nigga dropped one freestyle, fucked up the entire game, gang. Your boy dropped 40 records on an album that's already tanking. And he talks slick about the nigga. I know how you OGs do. The jig is up. Shit was weak. Listen, man, let me be the first. I don't know if y'all niggas know. I know I'm going to sound biased. I'm going to sound biased because maybe it is biased. Every single diss on Iceman is trash. Every single one. I told you I like the first record. Make Them Pay. Is it Make Them Cry? Make Them Pay, the first record. I told you it's a good record. I told you that. Drake's Make Them Pay or Make Them Cry, whichever the first record is, the intro they're calling it, right? that did a 63% drop right after the fucking listen, it ain't even been 2 weeks, shit already at the bottom. And all that other shit falling with it. They got all their hopes pinned on Shebang and Janice, STFU. And it says look like Joe Budden want to be Janice now. Gang, we about to cook. How they say, wake up. We about to wake this shit up because this nigga HOV took out the braids. This nigga HOV took out the braids. This nigga came out fro HOV. Fro HOV. Gang. Stop playing with him. And this is why I said what I said, gang. I know a lot of you probably got, you probably confused. You said, Challz, you was just barking on Jay after that interview. And you would be correct. Right? Let me get this super chat up here. And you would be correct. I was barking on HOV because I know he know better. Okay? I know he know better. I don't know what got into him to jump out and jump on the grenade for Drake and say, I don't like how you guys, what you guys did to Drake. Remember that? He said he don't think that we need to be battling no more. Battle rap is dead. Remember that? He said graffiti, breakdown. I don't know. I told you the HOV been at home. HOV been a citizen. He been fighting in court cases, trying to catch up with Tony Busby ass, trying to get his ass fired. He was preoccupied. He got too rich, too white. I don't know what the hell happened, but we lost HOV for a little bit, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Because he sat down with Fraser Tharp of a GQ magazine, if I'm not mistaken, and he told Fraser Tharp some really strange shit. Told the nigga that hip-hop didn't need no more battle raps. Remember that? He said hip-hop don't need no more battle raps. He don't like what it did to the game. He don't like what we did to Drake. Verbatim said that. I was like, hold up, gang. We need an intervention right now. What's that movie? They cloned Tyrone. That's what had to have happened. I think they cloned Tyrone. Remember they wasn't sure what happened to Tyrone, but they knew something wasn't right. Yeah, they had him, gang. Even you, Jay. They had you. And a lot of niggas gave me a lot of grief. See what it is, you can be a fan of HOV, but really a fan of hip-hop itself. So that means HOV ain't bigger than hip-hop. So when I heard HOV said that, oh, I launched in a full-on mode. And what happened was a lot of HOV fans that ain't really fans of hip-hop, they came for my neck, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. They came for my neck. On Twitter, of all places, you know that's where it starts and where it ends, right? They came for me with their guns blazing because I was very critical of HOV because I'm like, HOV, you my nigga and all that. I need them tickets, this, that, and the third. I need them tickets to that Reasonable Doubt. I need them tickets to that, what's the album, The Blueprint? I need both tickets, 4 and 5, 6, 7, all that. I need all that, right? I need that. But at the same time, I need you to understand, HOV, what you said was egregious, and we got to get you because I think they cloned Tyrone. I had to get him, gang. I took 2 weeks. Going at HOV neck about that, and they really was not happy with me, right? They was coming at me all kind of crazy ways. Some of my biggest numbers on Twitter were that week we're talking about HOV, and I never let up because I knew we could save them. I knew deep down in there, HOV was down there. I knew it. So, end of the day, right? How do you save these supers? Let me try something. Yeah, I guess if I pin him, I can come back to him, I guess. Let me see. We're going to figure this out. But end of the day, I knew we could save him. Because he was in there. I said, this ain't the guy that I know that battle Nas, took on the whole damn tri-state, every borough by itself. All you niggas throwing shots at Jigga, you only get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. This guy is saying we done with battling. Oh no, he been sitting up under them NFL execs too long. But you know what happened? That court case with that woman, that deranged woman, that kind of top woman that said she saw him back in 2000 and something, do this, that, and the third. I'm not even gonna rehash the story, but I was one of the first. Let's just be honest, one of the first people on Twitter and everywhere else saying it ain't passing the smell test. It ain't making no sense. At great personal risk to my own career. I said that woman don't sound right, and Tony Busby is full of shit. Ambulance chaser. So when HOV came talking that, I don't like what you guys did to Drake. Something felt off, gang. Something felt weird. Because I'm thinking, well, I know HOV, Drake ain't gonna stand up for HOV in the slightest. And when his album come back out, when he does come out, he'll probably have something slick to say about HOV at the same time. So I don't know. And it ain't like this guy's a victim, an innocent victim, a bystander that did nothing. He deserved every lick he got. And then some. The so-called 20v1. Well, that means there's 20 people that's got an issue with him. HOV, don't jump in front of this train. Then out of nowhere, Cole coming. I hope Iceman does da-da-da. For what y'all did to him. I'm like, oh shit, now he's officially a victim. This was going on. So now he's officially a victim. Okay, got it. So I don't know what was going on with HOV, but HOV went so far as to not only is he a victim, we need to stop battle altogether, because what we did to him was so mean on the internet. Gang, it was crazy. They cloned Tyrone, gang. I'm like, HOV, you know how this shit go. This is rap. What the hell are you talking about? Like, HOV, what are you talking about, HOV? This rapping. This ain't corporation shit. We don't give a fuck about that shit. We don't care about this nigga's feelings, nigga. If you a rapper and you in your feelings, then you shouldn't be a goddamn rapper. That's how this rap thing work. We don't want you in your feelings. End of the day. Now, yeah, we have accepted, let's just be honest, we have accepted emo rappers. Yeah, we have accepted it. Okay? But you can't be an emo rapper and then talk shit at the same time. The two don't fit together. You one or the other. You an emo rapper, or you a guy that talk shit, hella shit, and you big bone and brolic, and you gonna give it up. Can't be both, my G. Don't work like that. Matter of fact, I think my entire top 10, top 20 list ain't not one emo rapper in that motherfucker. Just gonna be honest. And for some reason, it started to feel like you had to have some emo rappers in this business. But this not about the business. This thing is personal. Kendrick and Drake was a personal beef, and they took it out on wax. Okay? So, end of the day, when we got two guys rapping on wax, we can't have HOV coming out 2 years later talking about, I don't like what you guys did to that nigga. Everybody gets cooked online, HOV. I've accepted it. You've accepted it. All of us accepted it. We are older statesmen, but at the end of the day, we go on Twitter at our own peril. and we write some shit on there. It could be anything. Somebody could come in there that don't know you from a hole in the wall and tear your ass up, just even on Twitter. So we've accepted when you go on social media, there might be a price to pay to be there. And it might get really ugly. So end of the day, you can't go on there and be a victim. Especially if you want to pop it. He'll pop that shit, right? You saw him come back and spun around. Now he Iceman. He coming out, right? Got these big ass mink coats and he driving all these fancy cars, blowing up half of goddamn Toronto, throwing ice, 350 tons of ice around. Turned the whole CN Tower blue. Oh yeah, this nigga big bone right now. The same nigga HOV was like, I don't like what you did to him. This nigga don't give two shits. He doing this thing right now. Number 1, 2, and 3. They big bone brolic bragging right now. Right? So guess what, HOV? He back outside. So I don't know. Like I said, HOV was inside. HOV was chilling with them billionaires on them yachts, drinking the finest of champagnes and this, that, and the third. But hip-hop stays hip-hop no matter what you do. So my guy HOV had to come back down. And what happened was that trial. That trial happened. And that thing with Tony Busby started a chain reaction to get Tyrone back. Right? And at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what the final straw had to be. Salute the Purple Haze. The final straw had to be that Iceman. HOV been working on this freestyle for a while. Let's just be honest. He didn't just make this shit up. Okay? But the final straw where he said, okay, gloves off, let the dogs out, was this slick shit on this Iceman where he's talking about I'll take the money, keep the dinner, can't teach me nothing, right? Remember that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Roots picnic coming up. Let me speak to this young nigga because he getting out of it. And y'all notice, you realize over the course of their career, every time Drake said something slick, he checked them every single time. It's never went unchecked ever. Not even one time. He's checked them every time he opened his mouth. I'm not even exaggerating to you, gang. Every single time homeboy has said something slick, he's never one up Jay ever with this back and forth subliminal shit. Not even one. Even the slightest shit gets answered. But it's funny because the subliminals, they get progressively more big bone and brolic, right? Every time he cut a check or every time he make another deal with Lucian Grange or something goes bigger in his way, guess what happens? Here come a sub at Jay. I tell you, my brother-in-law loves some Drake. And when that Iceman album dropped, gang, I'm gonna be honest, he's the biggest Drake fan, and it might be one nigga bigger than him, right? This nigga love Drake. And you know what he texts in my group chat? And this nigga he loves Jay more than used to love Jay more than Drake. This nigga got tickets to the Jay-Z shit that nobody can fucking get. He got tickets, gang. And this nigga wrote in the group chat, tell Jay, don't speak on the boy no more. When Iceman dropped and he said what he said, right? He said whatever he said. The whole my brother-in-law texted me in the group chat, said he sent that exact song. He said, tell HOV, don't speak on the boy no more. I was like, if you happy, I'm happy. This how they feel. This how they feel. They don't respect it. Every couple months, every year or so, he come out, he sign another deal, and he throw another line at HOV. See, look what I can do. This nigga HOV probably like, dog, I make that money that you signing for them. I made all that in 1 year. Now you owe it to them. Maul talking about he gonna get $5 billion from UMG. No, he not. And why would you want to be in a $5 billion loan, dumbass? Right? They don't think like that though. It just sound good. Shit, name he could throw up fingers. This is Maul from Rory and Maul. He could throw up 5 fingers. He ain't even gotta say M's and B's. We know it's billions. He could throw up 5 fingers in a meeting with Lucian Granger. They gonna say bet $5 billion, bet. Nigga, he forgot to mention he only owned half his catalog. Didn't mention that part. And they're gonna wait the 35 years for the other half. Nigga, we gonna cook today. But listen, what we doing here, this is a master class in big bank and little bank, little nigga, big bro, little bro. Okay? We're gonna have a conversation. And yes, I was very critical of Jay because I knew they had cloned Tyrone. I said, nigga, if you don't get your ass with that shit, what you guys did to Drake. The fuck? What did he do to us? Fucked our whole music up. We doing? The fuck do you mean he did what you guys did to Drake? Go get Tyrone ass out of that goddamn room. Right goddamn now. And then Jay been quiet for a long time. This nigga Kanye said some wild shit about his kids. Nicki Minaj been on some crazy. Listen, we gonna just say what it is. She been on some rants, gang. Some highly induced rants. Okay, and I hesitate to say that it's substance abuse, because I'll let y'all niggas say that. But she been saying some crazy shit too. Let's just be honest. The middle of the night, Queen Radio, this, that, and the third. Oh yeah, she been talking crazy too, and Jay just been swallowing. I told you, Jay been on a super yacht somewhere, right? Shaking hands with niggas. Nigga got on flip-flops in the sun. They in places where we don't. Mykonos and shit off the coast. They ain't think about this shit going back home. He ain't got nothing going on with this. Nigga got Oskino talking crazy about him and Meek. I mean, Memphis Bleak. I'm sorry. About him and Bleak and Meek. Shit, fuck you mean? This nigga Hov heard it all, gang. You know how you know Hov locked in? Because Hov used to listen to Taxstone. Hov literally used to listen to Taxstone. So you say, oh, this nigga knows this nigga plugged in. This nigga didn't miss a beat. This nigga Hov up in a motherfucking office, $1 billion office building, listening to fucking Taxstone talk shit. I said, oh yeah, this nigga Hov, he know what's happening out here. That's how I knew they cloned Tyrone. But guess what happened? Did they save Tyrone in that movie? They did, right? Somehow, some way. Somebody must have got the whole ass, and I know what snapped him out of it. This goddamn Iceman bullshit. Somebody said Hov. He said, yeah. He said Drake dropped. He said, say less. He said, I know he said some fuck shit. He said, yep, he did. He said some fuck shit. Is he talking about money? Yeah, nigga, you know what he talking about. He talking money. Does a nigga know he don't own shit? He obviously does know that, but he still think he can fuck with you, Hov. He said, say less. Bruce Picnic coming up. Say less. As a matter of fact, all them niggas line up, every single one of them. I'm gonna get Kanye bitch ass too. I'm gonna get Nicki Minaj. She talking shit about me and my kids. Well, guess what's on the table? Guess what day it is? And Tory Lane's father was out front of that courthouse. Rock Nation will fall. He said, I'm gonna get his ass too. But Hov, that's like 3-4 years ago. Don't fucking matter. I've been meaning to get his old ass too. And Jaguar, right? I know she the one called the feds. I know the one fucking file that's in the goddamn. I know that was Jaguar. But guess what? I'm gonna get her ass to one hotline. You made it a hotline, right? I'm gonna get her ass too. And I ain't even gonna say much. And guess what? Questlove, he gonna catch us straight out of love. With love, my nigga. But you the reason we got here. You brought that chick around. Collateral damage. Bop, bop. The Draco hitting every fucking body. And last but not least, bum ass Dame fucking Dash. Been talking the hell of shit. We made up a new name for his ass the other night. The Crispy Patty. Old ass nigga always talking shit. I'm gonna clap his old ass too enough trying to sell 1/3 of Rockefeller. The shit revert back to me next goddamn week. He's still trying to sell the shit the government bought it off his ass. The fuck he talking for? Motherfucking Duxton Poppington. The fuck out of here. Dame Dash Music Group ass nigga. Nicky Licky. Nigga, what is you talking about, nigga? What the fuck is this nigga talking about? Dock of the Bay with a fucking bucket hat on with no shirt. Nigga, you dead ass serious? You comparing dentist teeth? Like you comparing my dentist got more Ferraris than you? Gang, we should splash water on your ass. You super cooked. We haven't seen a nigga that's cooked as Dame Dash. I'm just gonna be honest, gang. Is it possible to be more cooked than this nigga? And you still, nigga went on every podcast, the crispiest patty of them all, went on every podcast and talked about Jay-Z. One of the motherfucking podcasts, I think this nigga went into like some type of overload because he started talking about so much shit about Jay-Z. I think the nigga stopped asking shit. I think it was motherfucking art of dialogue. The nigga had so many clips of Dame Dash talking Jay-Z. I said, this nigga Art just stopped. He stopped asking shit. Art just sat back. Because the niggas just kept going for an hour straight. Jay-Z did this, Jay-Z did it. I said, God damn, another clip like this was about a week or two ago. Nigga Art had 475 clips of Dame Dash talking about Jay-Z. I said, God damn, this nigga he fucking malfunctioned. Old ass stories and shit. I said, what the fuck is going on with Dame? What's happening? This nigga Dame is still talking. Art went to the bathroom, came back. Dame didn't even notice. This nigga Dame was doing motherfucking interview with the motherfucking cowboy hat. Like, what's going on, Dame? What's going on, Dame? Talk to a nigga. You still talking about Jay-Z? You still? This like a nigga that met a nigga at the cookout, like a family reunion 20 years ago, and his cousin was famous, and he keep talking about the cousin. Yeah, my cousin Richie, he was in that movie. Remember that? Remember that show Twin Peaks? He was in that. Yeah, that's my cousin. He was in Twin Peaks. That he was man number 2. Still talking about the nigga 20 years later. Gang, he cooked these niggas with a Draco, lit they ass up, and all of them deserved it. Right? How Lauryn Hill say, the biggest niggas on the block get murdered and they deserved it. Right? Everybody on that screen deserved it, especially Drake. Because a lot of people been screaming Rock Nation, this, that, and the third. This nigga combed out his Eazy-E. Somebody put a fucking Eazy-E post up, put a fucking picture of Eazy-E, said Jay's energy at the Roots picnic. What? No fucking picnic in this motherfucker. This nigga came to kill. This nigga was sniping niggas. And every single one of them deserved it. They all fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna be honest. All of them. They deserved it. Some of these motherfuckers, I don't even waste my time speaking on because their fan base ain't worth the fucking kickback, but they all deserved it. Just gonna be honest. This nigga HOV came with a Draco, hit every single one of them and they kids. And I thought he stumbled on that verse. No, he meant to do that. He was imitating her kid, which you could say is right, wrong, or indifferent. But y'all been playing with this nigga. Gang, do y'all realize how much heinous stuff they say about this man? He said, I'm coming into 2026 with on offense. And ain't nobody on that screen got nothing for him lyrically. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. This nigga came back and showed you what it really is. They had cloned Tyrone for a little bit. He took off them flip-flops, got back on shore, and heard all the fuck shit. Kanye talking crazy about his kids. I can't forget Kanye, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. For nothing he did. Nothing. And I saw a twinge, right? A twinge, right? When Jake, I had a clip yesterday. When Jay came out and did Niggas in Paris. A twinge. I was like, this nigga gonna make up with this nigga. It was like for a second. When he started doing Niggas in Paris, I said, oh, here go the open door. He gonna fuck around and make up with Kanye. And then you hear the freestyle. No. We're gonna get to the freestyle. I got it locked and loaded, but we're gonna get there. I know why this happened, though. I know why. Y'all been playing with his name. And I've been out here, I'm gonna be honest, I've been defending Jay for a long time. Or speaking the truth for a long time. But I flipped on Jay with this hip-hop conversation, gang. I flipped on him, gang. It was, I was an op. I'm gonna be honest. I was really, I did a lot. Gang. I'm telling you right now, I did a lot for 2 weeks straight. I was on HOV ass because I'm like, no, we got to get to this nigga. He's bugging out. I did whole videos where I was breaking down his words line for line. That's dead. Breakdancing, that's dead. The DJ, that's dead. I said, oh, they done got this nigga. Well, let me snap him out of it because you know he listening to everything. And he gonna see some of these clips of me cooking them, and I was cooking. So I said, something got to get through to this nigga. And something got through to him. Because now he came back. Jaguar was right. We ain't heard shit from her ass since the goddamn, they had a cease and desist. I don't think she said a word since that. But nah, he ain't forget though. Nicki done with MAGA. Talking crazy about Jay-Z night and day. Right? But he came back because people like me started to say, HOV, you slipping. Right? Now, most of us got excited when we heard he's going to be at the Roots picnic. Yeah, everybody wanted tickets, this, that, and the third. But we was expecting the same old same. We just wanted to hear the hits, right? We just wanted to hear the records. right? Maybe Maya come out, do Best of Me or something, right? We just wanted to hear the good hits. We didn't know this nigga was gonna comb out the fro, right? Was that the end game, Hove? The fro? This nigga's quoting Marlo and this, that, and the third. This nigga went back to Marlo and The Wire. I advise you to watch Marlo and The Wire. If you ain't never watched The Wire, they got a lot of clips of The Wire going all over the place too. If you ain't never finished The Wire, go back and watch it. If you never watched it, watch it. They voted The Wire as the greatest show in history. They voted The Wire the best show in history of television. And Marlo is one of the greatest characters you've ever seen. All right? So Jay-Z had to remind himself who he was. After that court case, he beat Tony Busby, but he didn't get Tony Busby's license pulled. I think that irritated him. And he says so in this verse. He said if his grand, I think he's talking about his grandmother. If she had passed before he cleared his name, it would have been hell to pay. But apparently she lived, and God rest, God bless her, okay? But Hove had something to say, and these dudes got in the way, and none of them got nothing coming back. Nothing. Can you imagine Drake's trying to say something now at this point? What could he say? Whatever he's going to say is going to be corny. It's going to be corny as fuck because you can't go too far with it. You're not willing to risk it all. So you're going to say some corny. These lines, gang, I'm just going to be, this shit been dad rap that Drake been saying. These lines been corny as fuck. I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't even do breakdown videos of these lines. They so fucking corny. I'm like, I'm not breaking down this shit. It's just mad weak. Because I can't believe you. You sued for a rap battle. We can't believe nothing you say no more. In the story, my guy. We're not going to sit here and try to act like you matter with this lyrical shit. You sued over a rap battle. You sued over rap lyrics. We're done here. Don't believe you. Don't diss nobody. Just sing, gang. Sing. Do hibbity bibbity and sing. Right? Maid of honor. Do that shit and sing. Do a couple raps here and there. Let your emotions out. I ain't gonna tell a nigga to stop expressing himself. Let your emotions out and just do that. Stop talking about niggas that you can't beat. Nigga, you in the nurse's office talking about niggas that's still in the playground. Hit you. Fuck out of here. And the absolute worst co-signer to have on earth is academics. Worse, you better off saying the shit yourself. Academics is spiraling right now online, trying to discredit everything Jay's saying. Gang, have some self-respect, dude. That's why A$AP Rocky pulled you to the side. He said, gang, listen, you don't gotta be like this. Why are you like this? A$AP Rocky met with academics against his better judgment, sat down with him and tried to talk some sense to him. He said, gang, listen, you don't have to be like this. Get back to the music. It don't gotta be one side or the other. You don't have to be like this. A$AP Rocky tried. Why would he stop when he getting everything he asked for? He getting closer to Drake, right? He started gambling on stake, and that made him even closer to Drake because Drake's big ass Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme is stake. He gets people to gamble, and they start bringing in more people. It's a pyramid scheme. So he finally got academics to gamble too. So academics is getting even closer. You know how guys do anything that they can get as close to somebody as they can possibly get? They do anything. Well, Ak is there. That's where he's at. So, okay. So I know a lot of people like Challz, get to the freestyle. And we will. But this how I do around here. Kendra, I see you. We talk about things around here. Pertinent things to the conversation. It's what we do. We cook for a little bit. We cook food for a little bit. Then we get in there and eat it. So we got to cook this food. Get there. Ben, what's good? Because I don't think you guys really understand what's going on. This is a guy sitting there minding his business, just trying to raise his kids, right? Keep his beautiful wife happy, every movie getting scrutinized. I think Jay-Z out of money. They just got a loan on a mansion. Everything he do, all in the public, right? It's wild. It's wild. But I told you, this guy used to watch Taxstone, so you know he's watching everything. And this motherfucker mentally taking notes. Oh, Nicki talking shit again? Is she on coke again? Is that what's going on? This is his mind. It ain't mine. This is his, right? Oh, he like Kanye is sniffing at nitrous oxide again. Oh, he bugging out too, right? Kanye did the apology. He mentioned the frontal lobe was damaged in the car crash. He didn't say shit about the nitrous oxide he was sniffing, right? Oh, Drake talking shit again. This is what we doing. Oh, he about to come back outside. Well, then I'll be out there when he get there. Let him come outside all the way out though. Don't look out the door, nigga, and stand on the porch. I want him to step on the sidewalk. So he waited till he stepped on the sidewalk, threw out 18 videos, this, that, and the third. $16 million of promotion for that album. Only for that shit to have a 50% drop in 24 hours. Oh yeah, we watching, nigga. We watching. Okay, so he's like, oh, the nigga outside, bet. You know how niggas be in the house, he be like, let me know when he really outside. When he try to get to the corner by the street light, let me know then, because the nigga can't run. I catch his ass there. Caught his ass there. Poor Tory don't know what the fuck he got tagged. He like, what the fuck I do? nigga in the bunk and shit, like, what the fuck he said about beef for? And Jaguar, right, God knows where she even at. For them to even get word to her that she was even spoken on this record. Gang, your boy, you know how they hype up shit, right? You know how they hype up stuff and it don't be as good. No, this is that, gang. This is that. This freestyle is that. And I know it's gonna be like on some sucker shit trying to down it because they just fans of the bubble bath rapper. But nah, this is like that. And I can't see the bubble bath rapper standing up on nobody's stage saying nothing back. Nothing. Sometimes you just got to take the loss, but we know this nigga, he don't take no losses. He don't know how to do that. He'll come back with something really corny and say something weird. It ain't gonna hit like this. The entire internet is shifted, gang. If you had any doubt about this dude's relevance, the entire, even the niggas that hate him is on there talking shit. I've always stood on, if it doesn't matter what you say about a dude, if he can make every side start to comment, just like Eminem. Eminem dropped that crazy ass single last year. He dropped the Slim Shady song. It wasn't the Death of Slim Shady. It was the other song. Just bring it back. The album was called Death of Slim Shady, but he brought a record out, The Return of Slim Shady or The End of Slim Shady, whatever the fuck it was. And every single person in the culture and out of the culture hated it, loved it, whatever, they spoke on it. That's how you know you are a legend in this game. When you can drop a song and make everybody stop what they're doing, go listen to it and comment on it. At that point, it's nothing else you need to say. You don't need to tell me you love me or hate me. That if I can drop a record and all of you MFers stop and go play it and come back and try to talk about it, now my zeitgeist is crazy, that means I'm a legend. And what Jay just did was legendary. It wasn't no whole lot of hype, wasn't no stunts, wasn't no blocks of ice. This nigga just stood up on a stage at a Roots picnic, which happens every year, and said a freestyle, and the shit went. This ain't even viral. This some next shit because it didn't just stop. Everybody's talking about it. Every YouTuber making a video, every influencer has a comment. So this thing has shut down the internet. Let's just be honest. It's real out here. Okay, so we're gonna get to the freestyle. It's gonna take me a while to break this shit down. It's gonna take me a while to break it down, gang. But we're gonna get there. All right. The comments is crazy. I see you. I think we're looking at what 700, 800 in the chat. Salute. But we're gonna talk about this freestyle, gang, because there's so much going on. This dude heard everything, gang. He heard everything. And you're right. The socials are in shambles. Hummingbird say all socials are in shambles. HOV did that. Hopefully you don't have to go through that. Listen, man. This shit is genius. What this dude is saying on this record, gang, is unadulterated. He could not have done this better, if you ask me. And I'm gonna be stopping it. So if you came here to hear the whole freestyle, your ass need to go back to Twitter, go play the whole freestyle, then come back and then we can conversate. Come back around the 45-minute mark. Timestamp it, because I'm going to stop it and I'm going to talk about this, that, and the third. So let me start this off.
Hattie's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is.
So right there, that bar right there, I know you guys know, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. This freestyle is crazy. This dude is addressing Tony Busby right there. He's addressing that. I believe he said is if it's his grandmother that he's speaking on. Hattie, he says she's 100, and he got to clear his name. But had he not got to clear his name, he would have hunted down everybody involved in the case. That woman, she's a woman now, in her 30s, this, that, and the third, who did that crazy interview on NBC News that ruined the entire case and got the case thrown out. I'm sure Busby either didn't know she was doing an interview or was ill-advised to let her do the interview, but she did the interview on NBC News and fumbled it so badly that the case got tossed out because it was so bad, because it didn't make no sense. Now, after that happened, Jay was like, okay, bet. Now I'm going after Busby's license. I personally thought Busby should have lost his license, but they real powerful, gang. This guy he got a lot of muscle, got a lot of money. And when he sent those letters out to people like Jay-Z and Diddy, he expected them to pay, right? He didn't expect to go to court. He didn't expect to be challenged, because a lot of these entertainers, they shriek in the face of public humiliation. So they just pay it really quickly. So in that case, I think that case was, and I'm going to say this again, I think that case, defendant A was either Diddy or Jay. Defendant B was either Diddy or Jay, and they had a defendant C who was a woman, and that she said that woman was there too. I think that woman was J-Lo. I think that the girl tried to implicate J-Lo, and J-Lo paid Tony Busby to keep her name out of the press. I really just think that's who it was, because they never said who the woman was. That's what he wanted to do. He was like, he was shaking people down for silence. He would have never put your name if you paid, right? So the woman never paid. Now that's a wild guess. I don't know who the woman was, but there was a woman named in that case too, and I think it was her, because she was around Diddy at the time this thing supposedly happened, right? So I think that it was a whole thing that everybody was paying him. Jay's the only one that stood up like, I'm not only am I not paying you, I'm going to go out of my way to see that you get disbarred. Well, they didn't disbar him, right? But they did drop the case. So this is what HOV is talking about right here. Everybody involved in that, I would have hunted him. All right, let me continue.
The joke, public enemy #1, I've been ranked. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how.
So right there, he's talking about Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez. He said the leprechaun is mumbling. He said the rock is not crumbling. The leprechaun ran out of pranks, right? He's talking about Tory Lanez. There was a lot of stuff that they were naming. Rock Nation did this, Rock Nation did that, and Academics is heavily involved in that. That's why they keep subpoenaing him. They keep sitting him down to make him speak on what he did and did not know, because it is alleged, and I believe it, that Academics was involved and got paid to be involved heavily to put a lot of misinformation and information about that case daily. He was going too hard. I was like, oh, he's getting paid. He was going way too hard, and he was putting out way too much information. It was clear that Academics was compromised at that point. I'm like, you're supposed to be so-called quote unquote, you're leaning heavy, like 99% on this guy, and you keep posting every day. That smells compromise, right? And Academics has already came out and told us that he has been bought before. Lil Baby's team bought and paid for him, not to disrespect Lil Baby. When Lil Baby's album dropped, he got a shakedown from them, and he surely sounded like he got a shakedown from Tory and them, because he was pro Tory in the beginning, but then he just started running crazy with it, right? So Jay-Z saw that, like the rest of us saw it, and he started to say, okay, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. And we saw his dad out in front of the courthouse saying, the Rock Nation will, the infamous Rock Nation will fall, this, that, and the third. But I said it back on the previous video, right? I said that the phone call, which Jay-Z just brought up, that Tory was on a jailed phone call, apologizing, talking about he had too much to drink. That was a problem. Okay. And I'm rehashing that case. I don't talk about that case right here no more. All right. But end of the day, that was a problem. That was a real problem because you're on a jail phone where you know they record the calls and you're trying to apologize for something you claim you didn't do. That was a real problem. And that's what Jay's addressing in this freestyle. Let me continue.
How dumb that is. Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery gang.
So right there, I mean, maybe it's going too fast for you guys, but Jay, I might just play the whole thing at the end and just let it play, blah, blah, blah. But I got to stop it because he's saying so much stuff. So right there, he's saying he fumbled it, that he fumbled his own bag, right? Tory, with this whole situation with the Megan thing. Then he goes into Dame talking about his teeth fumbling, fell out of his mouth, and I'm the one to blame, right? It's a murder mystery, gang. So he's clowning Dame Dash because Dame Dash went live and he was talking shit and his teeth fell out his mouth. Dame Dash was wearing dentures and the dentures fell out his mouth. He laughed and his whole mouth, his grill was crazy, and it happened. And Jay apparently saw it. So at the end of the day, right? Right there, Tory just Tory caught some strays and Dame Dash caught some strays. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit just so y'all can follow.
Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery gang.
I'm the one who done it somehow. He's talking about Dame Dash.
I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you.
He said you had the cash cow. He was talking about himself, right? Dame Dash had, like he told Dame, make another hole. Dame Dash ruined that relationship on his own. Everybody wants to blame Jay, and I've been seeing this for 20-some years that Jay-Z don't know how to be loyal. They still with this narrative every year and a half. No, not shit. Fuck me. Like every 3-6 months, something comes out, and in the whole comment section, Jay-Z, he dirty, he do dirty business, da-da-da. No, Dame Dash is just an awful person, and he burnt every bridge, and nobody wanted to work with him, and Jay saw it early. And a lot of people got in Jay's ear, was like, we're not going to be doing business with neither one of you because it ain't worth it. If you don't get away with him, he's going to drag you down. And look what happened. Jay got away from him, went up. Dame went down. Dame owes millions in taxes. He owes millions in child support. He owes millions in a whole bunch of lawsuits that he lost. So Dame Dash is absolutely 100% his own worst enemy. But somehow every single year, every couple months, some way, somehow he gets blamed. Jay-Z gets blamed yet again for Dame Dash. As a matter of fact, he hits Lance Rivera with a stray in here because Lance Rivera went on Vlad TV, I believe last year. I did a video on it talking about fuck that. I don't care what your man going through, what you guys went through. Dame is your man. Jay should handle his tax problems. Lance Rivera really went on. Was it Vlad or no? It wasn't Vlad. It was Art. I think it was Art of Dialogue, and he went on there saying that Jay-Z, no matter what him and Dame have been through, Jay-Z owes it to Dame Dash to pay Dame Dash's bills. This is what Lance Rivera said on a podcast. I was stunned. He was dead ass too. He was not joking. It was like, no, I don't care. That's your man's, Jay. So he wants Jay to go in his pocket and give him $20 million after Dame Dash said everything he could for the last 20 years negative about Jay and still doing it. Dame Dash has a YouTube channel where he speaks on Jay here and there, right? But he claims he don't want to talk about it no more. So Lance Rivera wants Jay to overlook all of that because that's your man. First of all, them niggas met when they was like grown. Gang. They didn't grow up together. They met when they was grown. They got together on some business shit. And when Jay said, y'all can have this whole shit, just give me my masters for reasonable doubt, and Dame said no, right? And Dame allegedly took money that wasn't his. A whole lot of shit going on, right? So Lance don't care about none of that. He's like, this is your man's. You're supposed to pay him. So that's why Lance catches a stray in the same exact song. Okay? Let me rewind a little bit.
Done it. It's a murder mystery gang. You had to cash cow and thunk it. With you who pumped his, I'm the one who strummed the pain. That hill you can die on. It's way too much flat that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas, gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price.
He talking about, okay, so he bringing in the Marlowe bars, the wire bars. I ain't much for meat is no how. He's talking about Drake. He's when Drake was like, I'd rather have the money instead of the meeting or the dinner, this, that, and the third. Plus, I think Drake said something about you can't meet with me, some shit, just some weird shit. So Jay's like, I don't want the meeting anyway. You're gonna have to pay $1 billion to sit down with me in the first place, right? You can't get no, it ain't worth sitting down with me, ain't worth $500,000. You got to have a B, which is he talking about. You got to have a Beyonce, this, that, and the third. So there's a lot going on with these bars. There's it's a lot of metaphors and similes going on in these bars that it's a craft. It's another level of MCing. Let's kick it back.
What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas, gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a B to even say my name.
It's gonna cost you a B. He said the price of the bricks are going up. It's gonna cost you a B to even say my name. Basically, right? Beyonce got the song Say My Name, and he's talking about that, and he's talking about it's gonna cost you a B. You need at least a Beyonce, that kind of money, that kind of bread, that kind of woman to even start talking to me, right? So he's just talking this shit right here, and it's kind of crazy. The Lauryn Hill references, it's a lot going on, gang. It's a lot going on. It's a master class of MCing, gang. This is what it is. Okay. Let me keep it pushing though. Let me keep it pushing.
You suckers, I'm mauling you niggas, gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a B to even say my name.
Right? What good shit?
You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children and some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really.
All right, so right there, you ever heard of a wonder kid, a gifted kid, right? He's saying his kids is one of them, right? So right here, he's referring to the talk about his kids. I believe Nicki said something about his kids, if I'm not mistaken, and I know for goddamn sure Kanye said some crazy shit about his kids, disrespectful shit that I'm never gonna forget. Because for one, I got kids. You can't talk about people's kids, whether you got kids or not, right? And I'm gonna be honest, like some of you guys are so red pill and dumb. Like you don't respect people's kids. I'm just gonna be honest. I was looking at I was online 2 days ago, and this thing came out with Dean the Great, where he kicked the girl out of the Sprinter van because he thought she was a minor. She wasn't a minor. She was 21 years old with 3 kids, and he didn't remember that he got her ID because he was drunk. So she had gave him his ID, but he didn't remember, and she was like, "I already said my age." So he kicked her out the van. She got hit by a car. This, that, and the third. So I was on Twitter, and I called him out saying he was an idiot for kicking her out of the car. So guess who jumps in my comments? Some of these goofy ass guys with no fucking kids telling me, don't blame him, blame the girl. I said, you wouldn't want somebody to put your daughter out, right? You must don't have no kids. The guy was like, no, it's the girl. So I said, oh, you really just don't have no kids. What it is people don't think about other people's kids no more. That's the whole point of the story. They don't care, right? They don't care. They don't care that this guy was on the highway, on the interstate, put the girl out of his Sprinter van, called her all kind of bees, this, that, and the third, because she wouldn't say her age, which he had already told him, but the girl was 21, right? So the people in the comments were like, yo, it doesn't matter, it's the girl's fault, da-da-da-da. But I'm like, at the end of the day, that's somebody's kid. So Jay is referring to them talking shit about his kid. Kanye said some wild shit about this man's kids, and Kanye just wants to sweep it under the rug now and do his world tour. Well, I don't think it works like that. Let me continue.
You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children and some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin. Ask unharmed player.
So that unbar, he said, I really get under skin. You trying to get under skin, like talking about my kids, you trying to get under my skin, which is what Kanye was trying to do. But he said, I really get under skin, ask like basically, so what happened was with right? We talked about earlier, right? Still don't really got no, really, him and Jay still don't really kick it like that. I guess they try to put it in the past, but it ain't really gone, right? So end of the day, Jay-Z allegedly stabbed Rivera over bootleg CDs. It's a whole thing. Unclaims he didn't even do it, right? Unclaims is a misunderstanding, but back then, I be telling y'all all the time about the bootleggers, right? Bootleg, you get your leg broke, right? Back then, bootleggers was costing these record labels millions because they would get the record before it dropped and go in the corner and sell it for $10. They would burn the CDs. But the record labels, they were making money hand over fist, gang. They were making $20 off a CD that really cost them like less than $1 to make, a couple cents. So they were getting money hand over fist. That's why they got these super yachts now, right? That's why they got all this shit now, because they made a lot of money in the 80s and 90s, where the bootleggers would get that CD or whatever it was early, go press it up, thousands. That's why it became a federal crime. That's why they raided, I believe, DJ Drama and them, because when you they have whole apartments, houses full of CDs. And it was a multi-million-dollar business. So when dudes drop, right? When I keep bringing back Eminem, when Eminem, there's an episode of one of them episodes on TRL or something, one of them episodes on MTV. Eminem learned that they had bootlegged. He was about to drop, I think it was either the Marshall Mathers EP or LP. One of his albums, they bootlegged it. They leaked it. So leaking is the same thing as bootlegging, because once they leak it, bootleggers got it. Shit's gone. So once they got it, Marshall had a meltdown on camera because he knew that meant it's going to be a problem trying to get that platinum plaque, this, that, and the third. They had to bump the date up earlier and a lot of stuff. A lot of people got bootleg. So Jay had the same issue. Homeboy, somebody took Jay's album, leaked the shit, bootleggers got it, and Jay thought it was on, so Jay stabbed him, right? And Jay had a lawyer, had to eat the case, this, that, and the third. It was looking scary for a minute. Jay thought his ass was going to do some time, but he didn't, okay? Let me continue.
Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all maniac in my presence, nigga, shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit is not.
So you gotta understand, he said these niggas acting sane. Watch how sane they act in my presence. This nigga's talking basically like these dudes act very tough, but when they get face to face to me, they get real calm and they get real. It get really like I return them back to who we thought they were. All that tough talk is out the window. Let me continue. Let me keep this pushing.
It's unharmed playing. Y'all thugs with your thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all maniac in my presence, nigga, shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut ass nigga still stuttering.
All right, let's stop right there. All of that was bars. I need a shrink. Just at the bar. Right here, when he says that nut ass nigga still stuttering, that is for Oskino of Oskino and Sparks. They used to be signed to Jay-Z. They used to be signed to Rock Nation. They was down with State Property. Ever since things went left, Oskino has not really jacked with Jay at all, and he's been talking, let's just say he's been talking kind of crazy about Jay. And I was really interested to see what Oskino was going to say this morning, because everybody had heard it. It was already out, and they knew that we said that stuttering dude still talking, that nut dude still stuttering, talking crazy. He's talking about Oskino because Oskino does stutter. He has been on a mission, but he's been dissing everybody. He's been talking crazy about Memphis Bleak, everybody. But Oskino's going up online. He has a very big YouTube presence, a very big platform. He's hilarious. So I went to his page, right? And he be making sense. He came out against some shit he said this year about certain people, but he's always bitching and mean, angry about something. But at the end of the day, not really angry, but speaking his mind. So I wanted to hear what he had to say. And he did say some stuff prior to this that made a lot of sense. And I was like, well, goddamn, right? But end of the day, this time I went there today to see what he's going to say about Jay. And he kind of started trying to clown Jay. And I'm like, come on, dog. You can't. No, you're not. He tried to clown him for responding. I'm like, you can't talk about this nigga for years. And then when he says your name, you try to make it like, what you old ass nigga? Why you still worrying about me? No. Oh, my nigga. I love you and this, that, and the, right? You can't. That's a nigga. Why he talking about you when you've been talking about him all this time? You can't you can't be like, this nigga, he shouldn't even be worrying about me. Ain't he 60? Why is he naming me? No, don't work like that. You asked for it, you got it. You either get in the booth or you explain yourself. You can't be asking them why he talking about you. Don't work like that. Oh, just gonna be honest, gang. Just from me to you, my G, it is what it is. You can't just brush him off, you conjured him up. He came with the fro and the shades. So you gotta respond. Own it. Take chains off. Let's go, gang. End of the day. So that line, in case you didn't know, that's about Oskino, who's been saying some really wild, and he's been talking crazy shit about Memphis Bleak too. And the thing is, a lot of people, they get on Oskino's bad side because, in my opinion, I think O be right a lot of time. I really do. I think he be telling the truth. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not a thing where he just picked these fights. It's just like things happen, and I don't know why it just gets there, but he seemed like a thorough, straight up nigga. He seemed real legit. I'm just gonna be honest. So let's see what he say. But that saying, why you worrying about me? No, can't do that. Oh, let me continue.
This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut ass nigga still stuttering.
A nut ass nigga still. That's why.
And Chatty Patty down on his luck again.
That Chatty Patty down on his luck again. That is about the crispy Patty, Mr. Dame Dash, down on his luck again, still talking shit, using Jay-Z's name for clout. This is what he does. He's the same age as us, but he acts like he just got into this business because he does a lot of talking. But he learned a long time ago, gang, that I can get money because they're paying for interviews now. I don't know if you know that. So he's like, I can get money by sitting down at all these interviews, and what they want to talk about, Jay-Z, bet. I'm just going to talk about Jay. He has hustled his way, gang. I don't know if you know. Dame has hustled his way from obscurity. When he starts saying, I don't want to talk about Jay, I don't want to talk about Jay, the interviews dried up, gang, I'm going to be honest. And he realized, oh, I low-key, that's all they want to hear from me is Jay. So best, they paying for interviews, then I'll go get this bag. So ever since he's been talking about Jay, especially exclusively for the last 2-3 years, Dame has leveled up to the point now, BET Plus just signed him to a talk show deal, right? He got a talk show deal with BET Plus. He's supposed to be trying to open up some media center, right? There's a lot of people want to work with him again because he's so hot. Jay-Z interviews, right? He went on that talk show with them women. I don't know the name of it, but he told them, let me executive produce your show. I was like, ladies, please, if you know anything on earth, the last thing you want to do is let this man get his hands anywhere near your product. Please say no and gracefully bow out and move on. But he also got now he's going to start a Dame Dash music group again. Let God know he's asking for artists to hit him up. He put his email out there. That's a disaster. He just said ain't no money in the music business. He just said that a few weeks ago in an interview. He said everybody in the music business is broke, ain't no money in it. But now he's coming back in the music business. It's weird shit. And this is why people if you follow Dame Dash for business advice, your business is gonna fail too. Because Dame Dash just said in the interview, he don't like saving money. He don't like how green money smells. It stinks. He want to spend it as fast as he can. And as soon as he gets some more money, he gonna spend that too. This is the business advice from Dame Dash. He literally just said this a week ago. So end of the day, Dame Dash is not who you want to get your business advice from. But Jay-Z is saying that once again, they blaming me, and they do. Dame blames Jay-Z all the time in a roundabout way. He always says Jay-Z did this, Jay-Z did that. You just brought up Jay-Z didn't want to sign Lupe Fiasco. He didn't want to sign him because he don't like no competition. It's weird shit, gang. And Dame Dash just talking, gang, right? Just talking, but it always ends up back to Jay-Z. I ain't never talked about a man as much as this guy talk about this guy. Just gonna be Dame Dash talk more about Jay-Z than I talk about Drake and everybody else combined. I'm just gonna be honest. Let's get back to it.
What's that I think? That nut ass nigga still stuttering. And Chatty Patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
Friendly jab, gang. A friendly jab. He's talking about Questlove introduced him to Jaguar, which he did. Jaguar did a lot of damage, gang. I don't know if y'all realize how long Jaguar been at this. Jaguar Wright has been at this, I'm going to say minimum. I'm just lowballing. Jaguar Wright has been on YouTube making videos about Jay-Z, Common, Questlove, Tariq, like just making interviews. The only one she seemed to like out of the entire Philly was homeboy from the Roots that passed, right? I can't remember his name right now. What's homeboy from the Roots that passed? The other rapper in the Roots. He's the only one she seemed to like out of that entire Philly scene. She has been talking crazy, right? It's not Dice Raw, it's the other one, right? But Jaguar Wright has been coming at Jay-Z and all of them for no less than 15 years. It's been crazy, right? But this little dig is at Quest because Quest brought her into the situation. And for a time, it was good. Jaguar Wright was supposed to be the next biggest thing. But I think Jaguar Wright has had problems since back then. And Some people just got them issues, right? And at the end of the day, Jaguar Wright has become more of a conspiracy theorist rather than a true artist. It's more like an Azalea Banks type of thing, right? You rather hear what they're saying, right, over what they're going to sing, right? And that's another person with an issue, some type of problem where I did a video on I did one video on Jaguar Wright just to get it over with. Cause I said this is why I'm not gonna spend a lot of time talking about her. I said Jaguar Wright is a schizophrenic, right? So I was like, I am just going to make this one video. Salute the company, man. I hope he is in here. I have one video about her. It was called Jaguar Wright as a schizophrenic, and I left it at that. Right, I broke down everything about how all the stuff she got going on, and the simple fact of the matter is, there's more of a mental issue than it is an issue with Jay-Z does this, that, and the third. Okay, so that's the problem right there. That a lot of people can take these shots, but they're not mentally capable of dealing with the repercussions. And I'm almost certain, I know people joke about it, but I do think she was that one call on that. You got to think the kind of manic state she was in. I'm sure she did get on a payphone and make that a call to the FBI and name Jay-Z and who else was ever named in that document that ended up in them Epstein files. So I do, it does sound like some unhinged person saying some crazy stuff. I'm just gonna be honest, but that right there is a little swipe at Jaguar. He didn't disrespect. He just said this guy mentioned this guy introduced me to Jaguar, and I don't know why I'm messing with him. Just a playful banter, right? Then he goes and says, "No wonder I didn't do the practice. I didn't practice the freestyle and rehearsal." Let me get back to it.
Out on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
Playful banter, gang. Playful banter.
You wonder why I do the freestyle rehearsal.
This gold level shit, gang.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't.
All right, gang. So let me just say what's going on right here. Let me just say right here what's going on. I thought he messed up, right? I thought he messed up. I said, shit, this nigga HOV did all this shit and to mess up when I first heard it. I'm just going to be honest. But no. He said that lady back on that stuff again, right? Her kids can't even talk. And then he proceeds to mimic someone who can't talk. That's not a stutter. Right? Somebody was in my comments on Twitter. Yo, man, you're a 60-year-old man stuttering on stage. No, he's not stuttering. I'm not saying I condone what he did because he kind of took a swipe at the kid without saying a word. He took a swipe, but they've been coming at his kids. So I guess what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Ain't no fun. And when the rabbit got the gun type of shit. So, but that was he was kind of making swinging, right? So end of the day, I don't know. Well, someone in the comments said it was Nikki. He was going at Nikki. He was going at Nikki, but he could have been swiping at the kid low key at the end of the day. And he also alluded to her man in that swipe as well. Okay, so he basically alluded that he can't be around this, that, and the third. So there's a lot going on in them bars. And I'm not going to dissect it too crazy, but you see what he's saying. He's alleging drug abuse, right? He's alleging narcotics and all kind of this, that, and the third. He's saying that he's hitting at the guy, the kid, and her in like 2 bars, gang. So this guy is cooking, and he's not. He said, "I'm doing offense this year," and he really is. These are some serious bars, gang. I'm going to be honest. This the kind of stuff you'll never get from the bubble bath rapper because he's not going to say no shit like this. And HOV is dialed in like, I don't give a fuck. And you know, homeboy acts like they run New York, so HOV is in New York. So now we're gonna see what's going on. Okay, let me just keep this pushing.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm government.
All right, Furry said he took a swipe at Nikki, who freestyles and stutters exactly like that. So I'm gonna leave it at that then. I'm gonna say it was at Nikki instead of I'm not saying he's mimicking the kid, but he's mimicking somebody who can't talk, who stutters. So I'm gonna let Furry have that one. All right. I'm gonna let Furry have that one, okay? Let me keep this pushing. And like I said, Natrice is saying that he's on the offender list, and that was part of the diss, right? I'm not saying everything out loud, but that was part of the diss that he's saying her man is on the offender list. All right. So some of the stuff I'm gonna leave to imagination, okay?
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my op. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You try to break the government. I brain for four.
All right, hold on. Let's stop right there. A rapper can't be my ops. Them shots came straight from the top of the government. He's saying that this guy is getting pretty much pushed and funded by MAGA. He's a MAGA. He's trying to call him like a MAGA stooge, and he's being used to launch attacks at Jay because Jay is Jay. Jay is Jay. He's the opposite side of the government, the current administration that we got in there right now, and they clearly don't want nothing to do with him or his wife. End of the day, they've been trying to disparage him. They put out those pictures of him sitting next to homeboy at that dinner, and you guys lost your mind, right? Him and his wife sitting next to what's the homeboy that's married to Trump's daughter, I believe that guy. So I guess they sat them beside each other and then use it as a way to try to diminish his credibility, because a lot of you lost your mind when he when you saw them pictures of Jay and Beyonce sitting at a table, gang. You sit at your table, okay? You sit down, you be cordial to the people. It's not about demanding to. It's not about acting like they're not there. You can be cordial. We're still human beings, but a lot of you took it as his political affiliation had changed because he sat next to this guy, right? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Now, end of the day, what's going on? Okay, so end of the day, right? What's homeboy's name too that he took the picture? He took the picture with. I can't remember his name right now, but that's what that bar is about, because he's really saying that this is bigger than Drake. He not my op. I got bigger ops in the system administration. Jed Kushner was the name. Jared Kushner. Salute to Issy. Jared Kushner. He took the picture with Jared Kushner, I believe, and Ivanka, right? So end of the day, a lot of you guys lost your mind when that picture happened, but Jay is 100% on the other side of that. And we see who he puts on at the Super Bowl. We see what he does. He does stuff you shouldn't do, gang. Let's just should have never put Kendrick by the rules of engagement. Him putting Kendrick on is crazy. A lot of stuff he's doing. Him putting Bad Bunny on is crazy. That's the ops that would never ever allow that or never push that narrative. That's why he did it. Okay, but it's not Drake. Drake is not his op, according to this freestyle.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my op. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You try to break the government. I brain for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the whole.
Gang, we gotta rewind that. You gotta understand what's going on. He's on different charts. Like your boy Jersey talking about billboards. This guy talking about something else. He talking about billions, gang. It's some other shit. He's not begging his label for this, that, and the third. Let me rewind this. Let's play it again.
Kids, enough of them. A rapper can't be my op. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You try to break the government. I brain for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again.
He said, I'm governed by God. You trying to break the covenant. Gang, this is some next level MC shit, gang. And you guys got mad when he called himself HOV. I did too back in the day. I'm gonna be honest. When he first started calling himself HOV, I felt the way, right? But over the years, I moved beyond that.
My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas.
Right there, gang. So listen to what he said. My next update, I'm up 10. He said I'm up again. You gotta check the charts. I'm up again. I'm wrong chart. Da da da. So what he's saying is, Drake's still talking about the Billboard chart. He's talking about billions. He's talking about money. He's like, I'm up 10, right? You still talking about, you're trying to get where I've been already. Like, I'm already beyond you. You're looking at the wrong charts. We talking about two different kind of charts. You're still talking about being number one on Billboard. You're still bragging about that. I'm doing billions, gang. I'm in Forbes. Salute to my guy just said that. Doomer, right? This is a whole different animal. But I said this. He can't, there is nothing he can do to compete with this guy. There's no way. Just stop the battle. Let's stop the battle. Like I told you, they clone Leroy, right? They clone Tyrone. They clone Tyrone. But end of the day, he snapped out of that. He understood who he was. He combed out the fro, and we got him back, gang. And what we're doing is we're understanding that he was never on this guy's level, even in the slightest. But somehow he thinks because he makes these little moves, you're sitting there arguing with Lucian Grange, gang. This is not that. You guys are not on the same level. You've never have been. Yeah, he do some features with you. He done some songs with you, and they were pretty good. I like my favorite joint is what's the joint what's the Light It Up? I think Light It Up was one of the best joints they got together, but they got about 3 good joints. Some of them trash, let's be honest, but for the most part, him and HOV made some good records. As they started to move away from each other, the record started to suffer, right? But end of the day, he's always been sunning you. You've been trying to catch him, and you think it's just about numbers. You're not even playing the same game. You're not making enough moves. Right, the stake move is going to get you some numbers, but you look at what you get: a whole lot of court cases, this, that, and the third, whole lot of nonsense, a lot of distractions. I think the album could have been better if he wasn't gambling so goddamn much. Let's just be honest, okay? But let me keep this pushing.
MAGA Republicans, those shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You try to break the government. I rained for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up.
He said my next update, the jig is up, which is what Drake said. The jig is up on that record. I believe, was it Janice? I believe it was the Janice record. He said the jig is up. He was calling out Jay-Z. He said my net worth went up again. You gotta look again, right? You gotta check again. I'm up 10. Like, this is some next level shit. You're not there, Drake. You're not there, my guy. I'm sorry.
Niggas look up to HOV. I never looked up to them.
Niggas look up to HOV. I never looked up to them. I don't know if there's been a harder bar in years, gang. I'm just going to be honest. A more realer bar, right? I think when the Bubble Bath rapper says it, we don't really believe it. But I think when Jay says it, yeah, we low-key, we do believe it. We really do believe it. It's going to be a tough writer's room when they try to come back with whatever kind of bars they trying to kick. It's going to be tough in that room. I'm just going to be honest. And I told you, ain't really no ghostwriters right now. I don't trust nobody. So it's going to be real tough for Drake to sit there with that pen and think of some comeback. Like, he going to come back with some, but don't keep it.
The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't
Yikes.
To me. You niggas is workers in perpetuity.
We're going to get to that. But he said them crackers got your publishing. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk tough to me. Right? All that gangster talk, them mob ties, this, that, and the third. Don't talk tough to me. And we getting a lot of tough talk. Right? We getting a lot of tough talk from the Bubble Bath rapper. But at the end of the day, he said, don't talk tough to me. Go talk tough to them. Okay? Shouldn't even have been no records. And if you guys were right, like you were telling me for the last 2 years, Challz, you don't know what you're talking about. He been recouped. Oh yeah, did he? All that arguing we did back in 2024, all the way through the 2025. You guys screaming at me, Challz, he been recouped. Only for the nigga to drop 3 albums talking about trying to get out his deal. He dropped 3 albums allegedly to get out of his deal, but you guys told me he recouped in 2024. You sure? You sure? Because I don't know if the two things, they don't match up. If he's trying to get out of his deal in 2026 with 3 albums and 2 of them flop, there got to be stipulations on how much the albums sell too, ain't it? What negotiations was you in if you had 3 albums that still drop? How you have negotiations? If you still owe them records, what we talking about? How you negotiating? Maul talking about he gonna get $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion, this, that, and third. UMG ain't got to give him shit. They own half his shit. They don't got to give him nothing. Rory goes, oh, yeah, a firm, right? An accounting firm, whatever the fuck he said. I can't remember right now, but they'll pay him. They're going to wait 30 years for the fuck. They're going to wait 30 years for the masters to come back to him too? What are we talking about? And I know they do that. People do that. Irv Gotti sold and shit. Different people do sell their masters. That is 100% fact. But why would you? Why would you sell your stuff for $5 billion and give them 25% control or whatever it's going to be until it reverts to you and then it reverts to them? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you bet on yourself? That's the one thing they never answer. That's the one thing they never answer. Why don't they answer that? Why don't he just go independent? They never answer that. He's thinking about going independent. But yeah, Maul talking about the $5 billion he gonna sit down and get from Lucian Grange. The same people that he's suing, saying that they try to burn him for $400 million. So now he gonna resign for $5 billion. Think it through, Maul. Think it through. It would be silly to sign with a company that you think tried to burn you and use Kendrick to defame you. That wouldn't make no sense to go back to that same company, Maul. Don't make no sense, my guy. Okay? Let me keep this pushing, though.
Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the HOV. I never looked up to them. The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuities, how your contract is worded. Don't make me go first.
Let's just be honest. Oh, you say, oh, company man gonna be interviewing Maul? Oh, what did it say? I'll be interested. Oh, to watch Maul balance conversation this week. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting watch. Company man is right. That's gonna be interesting. Maul might duck it. He might have to. His brother is with HOV. They're HOV men. They're HOV people. So you can't talk really too crazy about it. Can't talk too crazy about it. He might duck a little, talk a little bit, and it ain't gonna get too crazy. Because you got to see HOV at some point too. So it is what it is, right? But let me run it back.
Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the HOV. I never looked up to them. The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is work.
Let me ask you, ain't too many rappers that can just roll crackers off the. Jay could just roll that shit off the tongue and keep it pushing, right? That ain't even the craziest shit he said in the whole rap. We ain't even talking about that. He said the crackers got your publishing. We're like, okay, keep cooking. Like, who can say this shit like that? Like HOV can say it, gang. I'm just gonna be honest.
Workers in perpetuities, how your contract is worded. Don't make me go first, man. Keep going. The Bruce remember, even when the trees pretend, not too much of my name. Don't forget who I am.
The roots remember even when the trees pretend, gang. The roots remember even when the trees pretend.
The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuities, how your contract is worded. Don't make me go first, man. Keep going.
This dude said in perpetuity is how your contract is worded. Now, already seen the OVO stands out already they're trying to debate this. I saw right before I went live, I saw a post on Twitter talking about explaining Drake's contract. They say it's not in perpetuity. It reverts back to him in 35 years. So perpetuity means forever, and that's not what this actually means. So they're already getting in front of it. Gang, it's a damage control, gang. They can't wait till the morning Zoom call that I keep telling y'all they have. They got Zoom calls and Twitter Square Spaces meetings. All that shit is it's emergency Sunday morning, Sunday night. They gotta get ahead of it. They already had it today. They already had it because they try to wait till the morning and gather themselves and get their coffee and have a meeting and talk about no. They had to have emergency today, gang. They already decided that we need to get in front of this perpetuity word. They're defining the word all kind of ways. So Jay is saying that your contract says forever. They got you forever, which it probably does. Now you got to ask. Let me just say this and respectfully, ask Salt and Pepper about that revert back to 35 years type of shit. They're gonna have this, that, and the third to say in the comments. But Salt and Pepper waited 35 years, and UMG said no for him in court and didn't give him shit. So you don't always get back in 35 years, gang. Okay, you might have to re-record it or something like that, but you don't always get your your masters back. Salt and Pepper can vouch for that. It's a whole lot going on. So they're banking on it. And I don't know why they care, because he's just an artist. Why do you invest so much in if he's gonna get his masters back in 35 years? Well, it ain't 35 years. It's been some time, so it's less than that. But end of the day, it's a very long time before he gets it back. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of money being made by that team before it reverts to him allegedly. And then they probably fight him. They probably fight him and bring up all the shit that they did for him and this, that, and third. So you don't always just get it back. They do fight, and Salt and Pepper didn't get it back for various reasons, but they thought they would. They went all these years and they thought it will revert. They didn't get it back, and they sued and lost. Okay, so you do not always get it back. Let's just say that. So like I said, the Drake fans are out in front of this perpetuity word. They're in front of this. That you're going to see a bunch of posts. You're going to get a lot of people challenging you if you try to use this. The security it's getting to get spooky, gang.
The roots remember, even when the trees pretend, not too much of my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees, S-H-A-W-N. I find it adorable she put the S at the end. You don't know, the show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know, the show ain't.
Hattie loves her Shawnees. I believe that's her pet name for him. She calls him Shawnees. His name is Sean. He said, I find it adorable. That's a little peek inside his family dynamic. Interesting, right? The freestyle's almost over. Let me put it back so we can make sure we don't miss nothing.
Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuities, how your contract is worded. Don't make me go first, man. Keep going. The roots remember, even when the trees pretend, not too much of my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees, S-H-A-W-N. I find it adorable she put the S at the end. You don't know, the show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know, the show ain't even begin.
That's the end of the verse, gang. It's crazy. PSA comes on. The place goes nuts. It is a master class of MCing. We saw this guy really, really slice and dice, and he didn't really hit none of them really crazy, but he hit all of them crazy. You understand? These were jabs, but they were very, very effective jabs. He got them all, and the ones that go low, he went low with them. Right? We're talking about Kanye. He didn't really say much. He didn't really say much about Kanye, but he still got him. Gang, this is a master class. You ain't got to get all mad and yelling and screaming. He just slowly picked them apart, said what he said, and then went back to the show. The shit is what? 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. But the entire internet is in shambles right now. Academics done posted, I don't know how many times. I don't know if Drake sent them out there or he just ran out there in his own, in his drawers, just ran out there. I don't know what's happening, but Academics has been nonstop trying to compete and battle and try to tear Jay-Z down from the very line. Everybody that got hit on here is going to go into defense mode, all of them. And I'm sure Nikki gonna be lit tonight when she hears this. It's gonna be, if she ain't already went crazy. Right? If she ain't already nutted up and went on Queen Radio and did this, that, and the third, but it's going to be regurgitated. It's not going to be nothing new, right? In the end of the day, a lot of these people already have said what they said. They really don't have nothing else to say. Kanye ain't coming out. He ain't messing up that bag, right? There's no way he attacks Jay in any kind of way, shape, or form. I believe that Kanye is in a situation where he's signed to that new record label. I think it's called Gamma. And I think Kanye has signed away his right to be on social media because he hasn't posted. I think that's some kind of contract or clause because Kanye has not posted anything. He has not posted anything. Someone else is controlling that account. So there's nothing. You're not going to get anything from Ye right now because I think it's too much money on the line. I told you he did a $3 billion crypto scam last year. So I think Ye right now, he got to get his money right. So you're not going to hear him. That's why you got that apology, right? In the I believe it was the Wall Street Journal. That's why you got that because Kanye trying to get back his money. He's trying to get his money back right? There was a whole lot of stuff going on last year. So now he's in good graces. He's not going to respond to this in no kind. Well, if he do, it'll be on a freestyle or remix, and I would advise him not to. But he could, right? He could. He could call up Dave Blunts and get Dave to write something, even though they're not speaking right now. End of the day, I don't know, but I 100%. I feel like what we're seeing is a man that just got tired. He told us he was going to be on offense all year. And that's what we just saw. A man on offense, a really serious spitter gang. This guy is the real deal. And this is what I was trying to drag back out of him when I was so adamant. I was really adamant about, Jay, we don't know what you're doing, gang. You're tripping right now with this battle rap. Needs to. We need, the culture has moved beyond battle rap, gang. You know how crazy it is, and I know what people are going to say. They probably already got into it that Jay's a hypocrite. I saw 1 or 2 posts this morning about this is the guy that said no more battling, now he dissing. So they're going to come at this guy. They're going to try to massacre him with words on Twitter. The OVO guys, right? They're going to try to pick this apart. You're going to see nonstop attacks from the OVO side. They are going to bring up just like the way Academics just said what he's going to do with he said he's going to unleash everything he can on Charlemagne. He probably already picked up the phone and gave Academics TV the go ahead to do the J Smear campaign, because they load up shit. I said in the other video that this fucking the Grand Wizard chat guy, I'm sure he has all kind of disparaging things about everybody in the business on his hard drive. So when Academics calls him and it's go time, you're going to see a whole wave of nonsense against Jay now because of this freestyle, which he didn't really diss Drake enough to get an onslaught that they're giving Charlemagne. But these guys don't play fair. They'll do it anyway. And this is your number one media guy, right? This is the guy that Complex said is the number one media guy. But all he does is throw smut on people's name and call people out and sit there and tell all these fantastic ass lies and defend a rapper. You're supposed to be media, but you're running out doing interference for another rapper. Right? It's weird and it's silly, but this is what they're claiming is supposed to be the media guy, right? I told you I voted Company Man number one media guy, right? Company Man's fair. He does his job. He works way harder than Academics, who sits there, pop cans of Red Bull and Henny all goddamn night and sit there and get drunk and just scream on other rappers. It's silly shit. That's not media. That's nonsense. So end of the day, he's rarely bringing anything to the table, and then he's leaning one way heavily as fuck. So no, nigga. So end of the day, these guys are probably already setting up to start some weird ass everything Jay's ever done. You're gonna see all of these things coming out. They've already got in my comments showing Jay-Z with Weinstein, this, that, and the third. So it's like, gang, it's just a rhyme, gang. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing about the bubble bath rap. He didn't say nothing. He didn't disrespect them. He just told them the truth. But these guys take everything as disrespect. Right? Everything is disrespect. Now we gotta call him out, call out Beyonce, bring up all this nonsense. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And that's where we are with this world. This is what we getting as media. This is what we looking at. The future of this culturally, digitally, is Academics being looked at as the leader of it. Right? He's not doing good work. He's not bringing up all kind of stories. Right? Company Man bringing up stories about college, collegiate sports and shit, right? The Academics not doing that kind of shit. Okay, so we're getting a disservice, right? He's not from a real journalistic background. He just gets on the mic and screams and acts like an idiot. And this is who we are, and that's who Drake is leaning on to be his mouthpiece. Because they don't want to fight fair. They want to fight dirty. This is why a lot of the administration we got now, they learn how to troll and they learn how to fight dirty and they learn how to disrespect people. And this is why this guy was leading in all kind of polls. He was beating a lot of people because people like that. You see these streamers, they're awful people too. And they sit here and they go on streams and they drink and they curse and they have girls in there, this, that, and the third. And I'm from a different era where that was kind of like you did that in the background. Right? If rappers had 20 guys in studio smoking blunts and drinking, we never really saw that. Now these streamers have that. They got 20 guys in studios with streaming. So it's like you see the worst of society with this shit now. So we're getting to a point where we got people who really don't respect none of this. They don't respect this culture whatsoever. They're stealing from it. They're trying to get as much out of it. They're not putting nothing back into it. Right, but we're gonna reverse this shit, okay? We the people that's watching this, we gonna reverse this. The time is now, gang. It's to a point where, okay, enough is enough. I'm from the era where the Source used to have all this concise writing. Double XL was trying to be as good as the Source. Their whole purpose was we want to be, if we could just be in the same sentence as the Source. The Source used to do footwork, leg work. They would go get the interview, sit down, take the pictures, and they would just take days to get it right. Then they would proofread. They had a month to get the shit out. I mean, they would try to rush them, but they would try to get both sides of the story. They would try to get the whole thing right before they went to print. Vibe magazine, all of them. It was about giving you the full picture, not leaning one way or the other. You guys are getting disservice right now because you're not getting what I used to get. It used to be balanced. It used to be like it was bigging up the culture and the artists. Now it's about putting down the culture and bigging up the artist over the culture. And it's weird, it's silly, but this is what you get when you put a guy, you give a guy academics. Okay, he can draw a crowd and draw eyeballs, but he can ruin people and he can ruin things for people. And you say that's number one media, that's when we have a problem. All right. It is what it is, man. Listen, HOV did what he did. I feel like the joint's dope. I see a couple disparaging comments in the chat. It is what it is. But for the most part, most people agree that that is a dope ass freestyle. They agree that HOV came back wearing the 4-5, and they agree just like when he came back with the God Did verse. Mostly every time when HOV come back, it's legit. And he kind of fooled us. I kind of thought he was kind of fooling us a little bit when he said in that interview with Fraser Tharp, he said that most of the music I'm making right now is trash. He said that. I said he might really believe that, or he's trying to throw us off the scent. I still believe. I said I made videos that HOV got an album coming, and I still believe it. He may not be fully ready to release it, but he has. They've already confirmed. He's even confirmed that he's working on music. So we know that he's working on music, but he's trying to throw us off the scent. Well, this freestyle right here lets us know he ain't lost a step. He's seeing what's going on out here. He's watching. He's hearing you guys, and he understands. He got to be sharp when he does drop. So he has shown that he still got that pen, right? But he still got that pen, and he's still barking. All right, listen. Head on over to my people's black-yeti.com. They ship all over the continental U.S. Make sure you go over there, right? You got to put a dash in the middle, all right? Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the U.S. Also, Wednesday nights, 9:15, 9:30, meet TJ and Flares on the What Show. Tap in. I got the Patreon up. I got like 200 something members. Head on over there. Charles Brown Patreon. I put a free stuff up. You can join for free, right? $3.99. And I also do exclusive stuff for paid members. Farrell said Oskino just responded. He already had a video up. I don't know if he responded again. Maybe it's musically, but he already responded hours ago. I saw a video a long time ago. So he said that Farrell said he responded. So I'll see. Maybe he got some music. It is what it is. He's a rapper. Hopefully he's rapping. All right. End of the day. It really ain't much you can say. I wouldn't diss HOV on record. I'm just gonna be honest. It just don't make no sense because it's too many levels that you gotta. It ain't gonna really. It's whatever. We'll see. But end of the day. All right. So last but not least, we got a video called Peanut Butter Tins. Me, TJ, and Flares. Lock in for that. All right. And my guy Diego, who is in the chat, he designed me he gave him as gifts. He designed me a shirt for the this, that, this, that, and the third shirts. I'm about to put those shirts out this week. All right. So lock in. And gang, I know y'all think I've been bullshit. I'm not bullshit. The Tomato Man is happening. I'm talking to artists. That comic book is happening. We're gonna have a whole story, right? I got the GoFundMe, so that's still up there. I'm getting real artists, real writers. We're gonna have a real comic book. It's gonna have his the Tomato Man gonna have lore, how he became Tomato Man, how he ended up fighting his nemesis Iceman, which is himself. We're gonna have all that. So stay tuned, stay focused, gang. All right. I'm about to get out of here, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys watching. We had a crazy stream. Listen. HOV still that dude. He's still sharp as attacking. We're going to see what they come back. I'm sure Tory's going to respond. I'm sure he is. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's going to respond. He's going to have, this is a moment. He would be a fool not to, but we'll see what he do. All right. Out of all these people, the only one that really going to spit like that, it would probably be Tory. So the rest of them is whatever, man. Tomato Man in the Poison Ivy, I see you. Locomotion, The Real Alchemist, Diego, and Sherry Ann, Ghost Gaming. I'm out of here. Cat Williams, Mr. Bear, The Journey, The Company Man. Appreciate you. Koala-T, Doomer, Ferry B. Listen, man. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here, man. I'm going to go get some, man. I don't know what I'm going to eat right now. I don't know what I'm going to eat, right? But we'll figure it out. All right, wifey's in there doing their thing. And my Twitch is Charles Brown. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's the Tiff. The Twitch is on there. I'm slowly getting followers on Twitch. I might got like 12. I might got 12 followers on Twitch. So salute to the 12 followers on Twitch. All right. Listen, man, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys, man. Listen, and HOV, man, he back. He back, man. And I don't want to cut myself off. Homebody say every time you in the live, you're in mid-sentence talking. So I don't want to end the live that way. I want to try to give myself some breathing room and somehow, some way, keep it pushing.